Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Hearthstone. There's a new Tavern Brawl. This one's a bit unique from most of the others. Unite against Mechazod. Can you beat the Gearmaster Mechazod? Join forces with another player and see, it's a cooperative Tavern Brawl. So we're going to be working together with another deck in order to face Mechazod. It is a Priest and a Paladin deck combination, and it's going to be interesting to see if we can win this one. I tried a couple times, fell short on both of them, and don't know if I want to really keep Cho because usually he'll just get killed, but I suppose I'll keep him. It'll be a good turn 2 card, I suppose. There are a lot of spells in both of these decks. Hand of Protection's not really going to do much for us. Mechazod's going to keep buffing himself up as well as doing various different spell cards, like the one you just saw that does weapon damage to 3 different minions. He also has Assassinate and that which does an attack to both players. Get a bit tricky. Bolvar 4 Dragon could be pretty good, just save him up because a lot of minions are probably going to die. There's one to start out with, at least it'll heal us back up. And we get to keep Cho on the board, hopefully get some spells from the priest with it. We will get the coin from that. And an Arcane Golem and another mana crystal for us as well, so I'm pretty good so far. Kill a Lore Walker, destroy Lore Walker Cho. It's an interesting spell. It'd be interesting if we got the spells from Mechazod, but probably be a little bit overpowered. Go ahead and just hero power because shielding the mini-bot wouldn't really help it much, and he's going to gain 2 attack. Right now Bolvar is only 2 attack, it's only friendly minions, so it's not when his minions die as well. Get a couple cards. Another Hand of Protection's not really great here. Kills off the 2/2. I might keep the 1/1 alive just as something to have him sink his other spells into. Throw this out. Like the one that hits 3 targets, keep him alive. I'll go ahead and do the damage. Anyway, he's going to assassinate the legendary, unfortunately. Gets the best target on the board. Does make Bolvar a 5/7. The problem is, don't want Bolvar to die as soon as he comes out. Bring him out in Divine Shield and make him a 6/7 if this dies. Overclock, he's going up to 6 attack. Blessing of Kings is a good card. Do we want to wait a little bit for Bolvar? Just throw him out. Don't really have many other cards. So we'll put out a 6/7 Bolvar 4 Dragon and give him Divine Shield. Buffs with the Trog, hopefully they both stay alive. Unfortunately, Bolvar just gets destroyed again. So now I don't have anything but spells, and he's probably going to kill that off, or else we can make it really strong with the Blessing of Kings and Seal of Champions. Get a couple bananas, and he puts out a Lightwell. He's actually not going to attack with it, but it is going to die off anyway. We get an Ice Howl, we can't really play it yet. I'm going to give Mukla a buff, as well as give his minion some bananas since we don't really have anything else to use. We'll throw out a 1/1, hopefully he doesn't assassinate Mukla, and he does. But at least there's a 4/4 on the board on his side. He still has 88 attack and he's getting, or 88 health, and he's getting pretty high on attack. So we don't really have anything until we can play Ice Howl as of yet in our hand. It'd be nice to get Ice Howl out and actually have him survive, but that is going to be pretty hard. Do have the Hand of Protection though, so we can survive through 1 attack.
How many fingers do you
as long as he doesn't use an Assassinate. He goes ahead and heals himself, buffing up his champion. Gonna overclock on Mechatork. And that passes it over to us with 7, and there we go. We got a minion that's gonna heal us and buff her up. I'm actually going to keep the 1-1 alive just in case he does anything big. Unfortunately, the Assassinate kills off the champion, so Trogzor would be nice, but he's probably going to get assassinated as well, or not. So we could, in theory, give him a ton of different Trogs if we want to, which we definitely do. Going to give him a ton of Trogs and give ourselves a bunch of attack. So that puts him in a pretty good place. We can attack for 18, leave this guy up, brings him down to 66, kills off 2 of the Trogs, but it does hit one of our recruits, so in a pretty decent position right now. Don't get the charge on Ice Howl. As long as this guy survives, we're still in a pretty good position though. Have the refreshment vendor and Ice Howl in our hand. Ice Howl is actually pretty nice if we can keep him alive, especially. But you don't really have anything to do that right now. Charge doesn't give us the mana crystal, but it does put targets on the board and some damage for him. Brings it down to 50. We can do 28 damage next turn. Does bring us down 10 more health though. Trogzor does survive. Do we Dancing Blade and Refreshment Vendor here, or do we Ice Howl? It's a tough decision. I think I save Ice Howl, go ahead and put out the other minions. Go ahead and hit him for 18, bring him down to 32. He's going to assassinate Trogzor, unfortunately. Bring out Ice Howl once he's closer to death. I'd rather have more minions on the board to make more targets than just throw Ice Howl out there to die. He's got a light well healing himself up. The beast is pretty good, but it probably will still get killed this turn. Do have a lot of minions on the board. There's another Light Warden. So we actually might be able to win this one this time. Keeping ourselves alive, overclock, so he's going to do more damage. But we can put him in a good position for us. Do we put out Ice Howl, or do we... I think we do put out Ice Howl. Hit him for quite a bit of damage here. Draw our opponent a card, bring him down to 15. Leave the 1-1 up, so... he could potentially kill him off if he has enough heals in his hand here. Especially with the light well, that's going to help, and it looks like we might get a win here. Yeah, if he heals, he does have lethal card draw. Does that count if none of the minions on the board are damaged? Well, he could heal me, and it would buff up his attack. So we should be able to kill him pretty easily here. He does heal me, and we are able to take him down for our first victory on a very interesting Tavern Brawl. And it's actually the first time in I think 3 tries that I've beaten it. So I'm interested to go back in again, maybe see what the other deck has to offer, and it's a pretty fun Tavern Brawl. Might do a couple more of these. It's really interesting compared to most of them. We get Paladin again, where it's kind of interesting and fun to play in cooperation with someone else instead of trying to fight them down instead. Fugue, Stalag, and a Blessing of Might. It'd be interesting to get Stalag and Fugue, and I think one of each deck has one, which I believe would summon a Stalag and a Fugue, or a Thaddeus for each side. It's pretty good. It's very helpful in this fight. He goes ahead and assassinates the empty board, so that's the best outcome. Bomb salvo, not so great, but at least he only has 2 attacks still. Shielded Minibot, exactly what we're looking for here. Overclocks. Not the best thing, doubles his attack up to 4 right now. It doesn't double it, but it adds 2 to it. Hopefully our opponent can get something out that either benefits from... Okay, King Moopla's good. Probably gets assassinated or not. I'm used to seeing Moopla get assassinated whenever he comes out. Go ahead and throw out Dancing Swords and hit him for 2. Kills with the Divine Shield. He assassinates Moopla as per usual. But puts out something that buffs from healing. We're in a pretty good position to get that buffed up pretty well. Could also just have mainly buffs other than that. Double Zap once again brings us down even more health. And Holy Light, it's another heal. Love to combo this with if he had something that buffed up when we healed, but I'm going to put it out because there's nothing else really that we have. Go ahead and hit him with a couple of minions. Overclocks again, brings him up to a 6 damage. Probably play Stalag next turn. Most likely it gets assassinated, but if he has a Fugan, it would be very good for us. There's a Lorewalker Cho from the Cold Light, so we could in theory just put some minions on the board, get some card draw. Unfortunately, he doesn't attack, so we can't use Blessing of Wisdom on him effectively. Could Divine Shield and then Blessing of Wisdom, or we could just play Thaddeus, which I think is the best play here. 105, Bomb Salvo, kills off Thaddeus. It's probably the worst outcome as it was the highest damage, but I guess the Zombie Child's still alive. Bunch of low-cost cards, probably Lorewalker next turn with a bunch of spells. There is the Fugan, which is very nice. There's a heal for me. Assassinates that, but we both get a Thaddeus here. I believe. No, it only gives him a Thaddeus. Alright. Thaddeus will probably die. Lorewalker, give Divine Shield to Thaddeus. Then do we... How many cards does he have in his hand? 3, 6, 7, 8. We can heal and he'll still be where he won't overdraw. He overclocks, so Thaddeus is gonna stay alive. My biggest concern was overdrawing him because we have Lorewalker out and most of our cards are spells. Don't want to mill the opponent. There's Millhouse, bunch of cheap spells, which is a pretty good combo if he's able to put out a bunch of cards here. Or give us some spells and just trade off heals like Holy Light. So that puts out 3 spells, so I can use 2 more here. Kills off Lorewalker Cho. Alright. Do we give Thaddeus a buff, or will it just assassinate him? Is the big question here. So we can heal each other up pretty well. Gonna buff up Thaddeus. Go ahead and give a banana to the gnome. And hope that Thaddeus doesn't get assassinated. And there we go. So Thaddeus is now 19 and 16. We have 5-5 Millhouse on his side, so looking pretty good despite the fact that I'm almost out of cards by using all of my spells. But pretty good Millhouse combo there. Hopefully keeps Thaddeus alive long enough to bring this guy down. If he has something like any of his health buffs doubling the health, I'm not sure if it's in this deck, but that would be extremely good. Shogzor would have been great when I had all my spells in my hand, but unfortunately I don't anymore. There's Ice Howl, however. And he's gonna overclock. So Thaddeus will stay alive. Throw this out, throw him, heal back Thaddeus, and bring out another minion. Deal 5 more damage, and bombs. Bring Thaddeus back down. At least he still has one more attack left in him. As long as he doesn't have enough to heal him back up above 10 health. Brings Mechazod. Actually, what's his name? Oh, there's the Divine Shield I gave him. Mechazod, it'll bring him down to 19 to where Thaddeus may be able to bring him down. Alternatively, we do have Ice Howl, so if he hits him with these 6, we might be able to finish him off. There's the Blessed Champion. Outward Shield on the Earthinator, Trogdor. And a refreshment vendor. I want to put down Ice Howl. Bring him down to 6 health and hope that he doesn't kill. There we go. So back-to-back wins thanks to a really good combination deck with a bunch of spells and trogs and such, and then Thaddeus and some throwback with Lore Walker Cho back and forth, putting us in a really good position to win a couple of games back-to-back. I'm going to go ahead and just mess about with the Gearmaster. And we're going to draw into Bolvar. There we go, a couple of wins back-to-back on the first episode. Probably going to do another one of these just to try to see if we can get a priest deck. Really enjoyed it on a couple of wins here, so thank you all for watching, and as always, hope to see you all again next time.